Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at MetaFire. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. And as always, all the links are going to be down below in the description. So feel free to check those out to do your own research. So MetaFire is the first ever first-person shooter game on Polygon Matic. So the game is similar to Krunker.io. However, here the players are rewarded a share of the revenue, and that is based on the in-game billboards and the token that is also a deflationary utility token. So we're going to take a look at all of that, their white paper, the roadmap, and their Twitter. All of that is linked at the top of the website, which I really like. And if we scroll all the way down to the bottom of the website, they also have their Telegram, Instagram, and YouTube linked. And obviously the white paper roadmap and Twitter are here down below as well. So basically, for those of you who don't know, Polygon is the layer 2 sidechain for fast and cheap transactions. And the deflationary token basically means that the token's supply is getting smaller and smaller, which means that it takes less money and volume to drive the price up. And obviously that is good for the investors. And the token will be a reward for all the winners and all of the revenue shares. They are going to have the pay to rent ad space and the Unity web game, which is where you can play anywhere with no sign up or login. And the in-game billboards will have ad spaces making use of large in-game billboards for revenue. And we're going to take a look at that as well in just a second. So here is the main menu of the game. And as you can see, you can play single player, co-op, multiplayer, and this is obviously the beta. So we're just going to see, how this looks. I'm not a pretty big PC gamer, but I do play some PlayStation, to be honest with you, but PC was never my strong platform, so to speak. But let's see what we have here. So this is a beta, obviously, and a beta is basically a version of the game that's still in development. I'm not really good with the movements of the keyboard, as you can see, but this is basically the early version of the game, and hopefully we get a much better version when the alpha comes out, but this is all we have for now. Now, jumping back into the website. So here they have some text about the staking, so let's read through that. You can play staked games that reward top players' staked tokens, enabling the full play to earn experience. Players can play free games without staking and still earn a fair share of the monetization revenue generated through ads. MetaFire provides an opportunity to join thousands of players around the world through interconnected P2P game servers, providing a low latency, high performance gaming experience. And you also have the multiplayer peer-to-peer. You can start local multiplayer games with your friends and invite global players into your game too, and your game as a county to the ever-growing metaverse and get fair shares of the staked amount when people visit and play the game with you. So you get rewarded all the time, which is great. And also you have the airdrop phase 1 here. So we're going to take a look at that in a second. So powering the MetaFire, 3 major elements that enable the global multiplayer game network. And as you can see, the Polygon Proof of Stake, the Unity 3D, and the P2P game server. So regarding the Polygon Proof of Stake, for those of you who don't know, Proof of Stake is the consensus that Polygon is running on. With over 1.3 billion transactions recorded and very low fees, Polygon Proof of Stake POS is the most proven scaling solution in Web3 and the best way to launch a Web3 project for global audiences. Unity 3 is basically where the game is possible thanks to the Unity engine. Unity gives access to a very tightly optimized, battle-tested engine that's been tweaked for years to handle hardcore and demanding games. And the P2P game servers, MetaFire uses peer-to-peer technology such that anyone can set up a game server and host games to receive a fee from the player's rewards. Game servers are open source, public, and everyone can take part. Now, here is the roadmap, and we're going to take a look at the roadmap in a second. So, where is the roadmap? This should be the roadmap, actually. Yeah. So, the roadmap, or the project rather, began in May of 2022, and the release of the version 1 is expected in December of 2022, which we already looked at. Several post-launch developments and updates are expected for 2023 and beyond. So here is, as you can see, the tokenomics design, and all of this is on their roadmap. So let's actually read a bit about the tokenomics. So the total supply of the tokens, and MR is going to be the native token of their project, is at a fixed 1 million token circulation. There will be 18 decimals. There will be no minting function. There is no buy tax. There is a very small sell tax, and the tax is burned or sent to the treasury if development is not completed. Game winners will also be taxed very small amounts according to the winning rate. The hyper-deflationary MR tokens on Polygon chain will be the utility tokens in the game's ecosystem. The tokens will be used for staked games and in-game rewards. Tax and fixed supply over time makes the token hyper-deflationary. And as you can see, if we start going down, 200,000 MR tokens will be allocated for the institutional investors and large capital providers who helped to kickstart the project and run marketing campaigns. The tokens will be distributed based on the collaborations of each stakeholder. The pre-sale had 200,000 tokens. The token launch happened. Then we have the multiplayer V1 release, which is basically the beta. Then they have in plans the V2 release, and if you go all the way down here, they have the custom scenes editor with a full feature release. So this is their roadmap. All of this is going to be linked down below as always. Now jumping to the Twitter page that they have. So this is their Twitter page. They have 12.8 thousand followers, and as you can see, they're keeping the community up to date with every post, and they're announcing new partnerships, etc. So this is a very, very useful tool for anyone looking to get involved with the project, as, like I said, they do keep the community engaged. So feel free to follow them on Twitter as well. And so I just want to add that this is the peak, or the decentralization in its truest form, as they're running on top of open source protocols and smart contracts. Rewards system is fully automated and decentralized, or rather the rewards in the system. Now moving over to the partners here. So as you can see, they're partnered up with PinkSale and DexView, as well as Chainlink, Equinox Network, Indium DAO Foundation, and these are only some of the partners that they have right now, and they will be getting more partnerships down the line, as you can imagine. And as you can see, if we go down to the website, that is everything we have for the website specifically. And we covered the Twitter page, we covered the roadmap. Now what we can do is jump into the white paper. So this is the white paper. So they have everything from gameplay to tokenomics to roadmap. For example, staked games. Now this is a new feature that they're implementing, so we can go through this, and there are different calculations here that show you how they're working on the reward system. And for example, if we move into the tokenomics, let's see what we have here. So we have the total supply at 1 million tokens. For example, you can see all the token distributions and the treasury address over here. And one other thing that I want to talk about is one of the projects that we can compare the MR token to is the MKR, which is the maker. And as you can see, they are listed on Binance, and they went all the way down from the 400 lows here in September of 2020. They went up 1,393%, all the way to $6,400. in less than a year. And as you can see, this is what happens with these sort of projects. And we can potentially expect something like this for the MR token, but obviously you have to do your own research. For now, we are for the MKR, we're sort of in this channel down pattern here, and maybe we're going to see a breakout relatively soon. But like I said, the MR token is relatively new, so there is going to be a lot more profit potential with this. So this is just an example of what could happen. Have you invested in a project like this, and now you have the opportunity to do so. So we can summarize by finishing with the state of the game, which is the game V1 is being updated and developed, and the V2 version is being worked on, and parallel, they're working on the payment contracts, and those will be a key feature in the game as well. So let's hope all of this gets worked on, and hopefully the project is successful in the long term. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave them down below. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day. Goodbye.